Hey there, I'm Syama, CEO of Scaling Retail, and today we're going to talk a little bit about what your supply chain needs to look like in a pandemic world. Now, we've all been through some of the ups and downs of the last 18 months or so, and guys, I'm here to tell you that when it comes to looking at labor and supply chain changes, we're going to be seeing a lot of fluctuations in the years to come. Now, why is that? Well, obviously, guys, we're not looking at just things like a pandemic. We're also looking at the ways in which climate change is going to be changing the way in which we actually are able to manufacture things like cotton and other kinds of natural resources. So as we see these shifts, we're going to not only have to be looking at where we're going to be finding our natural resources and fibers from, but also the ways in which we're going to be doing so in a fashion that is still sustainable. Now, when it comes to the ways in which we look at supply chain changes, so it's not just things like, what's going to happen with cotton and natural fibers, we also have to look at where people are manufacturing their goods and what might happen not only in the case of a COVID or another pandemic, but also in case of things like tsunamis, hurricanes, natural disasters that might also be affecting certain parts of the world. It is safe to say that if you ever thought that retail was a secure industry, you are quickly finding that all of these different supply chain changes are actually going to make it really, really important to stay light on your feet, super agile, and really be able to provide to your customers what they need at the end of the day. Now, in addition to looking at supply chain changes, we're also considering the labor market. The labor market has shifted. Since the pandemic, more and more employees are looking for work from home options. So what does that mean if you're a small business or if you're a fashion brand? Essentially, you're going to be looking at having more globally distributed teams, which for many departments isn't necessarily a bad thing, but when it comes to things like your design team, when it comes to those sorts of creative decisions, product development, needing to get teams together, it is going to be harder and harder to be able to find people who are going to be regionally specific to doing your business operations, which means if scarcity is there in terms of regions, then you're also going to be thinking about what the cost of that labor is going to do, right? Scarce resources, things become more expensive. So not only are we looking at things like natural resources and fibers and materials increasing in cost, as well as kind of the fight to get your products into the supply chain and manufacturing because of these potential disasters, but you're also looking at potentially a labor shortage in a geographical arena, depending on where your business is located. So, what on earth are you supposed to do? I know, it's challenging. It's really important to understand all the different components and where they are regionally specifically located. How might you be able to back up those resources or find alternative ways of sourcing talent, alternative ways of setting up your infrastructure, alternative ways of capacity building, and certainly supply chain manufacturing and materials. Here at Scaling Retail, we specialize in keeping our clients and our brands up on what is going on, being able to not only provide them to the right resources at the right time, but helping them make those most critical decisions when it comes to what you're producing, when, how, and who you are selling to. So guys, feel free to shoot us an email at hello@scalingretail.com. We would love to help you launch and scale your fashion business.